San Francisco Mayor Ed Lee signed a new city law today tackling pay inequity. It is the first such measure here in the state. The legislation bans employers from asking job applicants about what they make in their current or past job, and the move is being hailed by many. Jessica Stender is a senior staff attorney at an organization called Equal Rights Advocates there in San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining me. Why is this law needed, and do you think it will work?
This law is needed because despite the fact that we've had equal pay laws on the books for decades now, women continue to earn less than men in virtually every sector and job occupation in this country. And so women really are feeling the effects of this type of wage disparity virtually across the board. This gap of pay between men and women costs in California alone billions of dollars a year, which not only harms women, but also families and the overall economy. So this kind of ordinance that prohibits a practice that perpetuates that type of pay disparity is really critical at this point.
Okay, so I'm applying for a new job. I go in and they say, well, before this, right? Okay, what do you currently make and what have you made in the past? By eliminating those types of questions, what do you hope that will do?
Sure. Well, research shows that women earn less than men starting just 1 year out of college, and this has also been shown to apply to MBAs and other occupations. So women begin their careers starting at a wage disparity from their male colleagues. So when employers' base salary offers on prior salary, this serves to perpetuate this gap, and it compounds over the course of a woman's lifetime.
So it's sort of, if you start out being underpaid, it's just going to continue with this inequity.
Exactly. And so this type of prohibition on employers from asking about past salary basically stops the perpetuation of this wage gap and requires that employers offer a wage that they believe this employee is entitled to based on the job at hand.
So Jessica, sort of takes out that disadvantage from the get-go for women. Does this apply to all companies in San Francisco, public and private?
Yes, it applies to all companies in San Francisco, public and private. It also applies to employers who have contracts with the city and their agents.
Now, what about, do you see this having sort of a ripple effect across the country and affecting other companies? Because if I'm an employer and I want to do business in San Francisco, am I going to have one sort of job application process? Or I guess the hope is that perhaps I will make this company-wide.
Sure. You know, it's already a bit of a growing momentum, so we've already seen these types of prohibitions passed in some other cities and states, and I do believe that it will continue to grow, and precisely for that reason that companies will see that this is a growing tide, and in order to have kind of conformity throughout their offices throughout the country, they'll see that it makes sense to kind of incorporate these practices throughout their offices.
All right, and Jessica, this takes effect in January?
It takes effect July 2018.
Oh, July, all right, so a little bit sooner than I thought. All right, thanks so much, Jessica, for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.